guys, welcome back to Woodland Bunny, a cozy space to talk books. Today we are going to be doing the JAN-uary tag, in which the lovely and wonderful 𝐶𝐸 created this tag, and I'm so excited to do it. It has some really interesting questions, so let's get into the tag. Last one was The Midnight Lie, in which was the Bunnies book club pick for December, and then the first book in which I read in 2023 was the Graveyard book by Neil Gaiman. Both were really good reads and I enjoyed both of them. I'm currently making my way through She is a Witch, or She is the Witch. I cannot remember the title for the life of me, but I'm always making my way through multiple titles. So I'm also reading Perfume, and then I'm also reading my currently reading pile, in which will be in one of my other videos, but that includes A Venom Dark and Sweet, Plain Bad Heroine, and two others being The Thursday Murder Club and Babel/Babel. My first reading goal is to finish as many series that I'm in the middle of as possible, and that's going to be with a different video in which I'm going to be going through all of my bookshelves, pulling off all of the books in which I'm currently in the middle of that are part of a series, and just basically making a tracker out of them so I can see where I stand with lots of them, and yeah, being able to get through them, because I start series, I get really invested in them, and then I just don't pick up the sequels or like the third installment, and it's really frustrating. So it's something I want to get on top of with this year in 2024. My second goal is going to be finding themes in books and creating a cohesive list of that I enjoy, because I find when I'm looking for new books, I kind of get intrigued by the concept of it, but then there are certain elements that I'm unsure about, and when looking for new books, I just want to be able to have a cohesive list of themes that I can just reference and be like, does it have any of these themes? Then okay, then it's a buy for me, because of course a lot of my favorite books have common denominators within them, so that's something which I'm really interested to do just personally, just to have a cohesive list of all of the themes I enjoy in books, because there are so many new books going out all of the time and so many backlisted books that I know that when I do pick up a book, I can see really quickly, does it have this theme into it? Okay, I'm going to add it to my cart, or I'm going to add it to my library, yes or no. And yeah, I just feel like that's a way in which I can control my reading a little bit more, because I've read a lot of books this year, in which I'll come on to in a later question, that I didn't enjoy, and I just persevered with them for no reason really, other than the fact that I had committed myself to it. So I first of all have An Education in Malice, and then second of all A Tempest of Tea, I think it is called. I'm excited for both of these reads. Both of these reads I'm so invested and intrigued about, and will be ordering. Fingers crossed as soon as they come out, although I am awful at ordering new releases. I just get swept up in other books, but these are two that I have my eye on right now. I have a third one, in which is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, the second book in the Very Secret Society of Regular Witches. I really enjoyed that book, and I'm just so excited to get to that sequel. It sounds really fun and just really lighthearted, and again has themes that I enjoy within it, so I'm going to be ordering that one too. I didn't actually set any goals as such for my reading life last year, or just any goals in general. I feel as though I don't really set goals for myself, because I have a really toxic mindset of when I set goals, I have to achieve them right away. So I feel like last year it was just a year of growth and healing that, and just being kind to myself and just taking life as it comes, whereas this year I'm much more in a healthier mindset and a better mindset, just to be able to set these goals and work with them and work with myself, and see them as a positive fueler rather than something that must be attained straight away, and it diminishes my self-worth if it's not. So yeah, I didn't set any goals last year, but hopefully the goals that I set this year I can achieve, and if not, then it's not the end of the world. No, I don't think so. Most of the new releases in which I've heard of, I'm interested in, and I feel like I have this thing where I just get interested in all books, because the excitement is just so much. Even if it's not a particular genre that I usually gravitate towards, I just get excited, because I get excited about discovering new pieces of literature, new pieces of authors' works, reading people's perspectives, and yeah, just the whole concept of reading different books excites me, and I do have a quite varied taste, I want to say. So all of the books that have come across my path, I haven't yet turned one away and said that doesn't intrigue me, in which I feel really grateful for, because that shows that I clearly am following the right people online, and I'm clearly in tune with my own interests as well, to see what I actually enjoy. Now, going back to my earlier point of forcing myself to read books when I should just DNF them, I don't know what happened this year, but I read so many books that I should have just DNF'd 100 pages in. I think I'm gonna this year have a adding to the goals, another rule that if I get 100 pages in and I'm not committed to a book, I'm just going to DNF it, because this year I was quite disappointed when I reviewed my stats and reviewed my favourite books that I didn't have that many, and I had a really mediocre reading year in 2023 because I was just persevering with books and pushing myself into reading slumps and just turning this whole thing into a negative thing, because I felt like because I had committed to a book, then I had to read it and continue it, and I was almost owed to the book to justify myself as to why I didn't want to, just apart from the fact that I wasn't enjoying the writing or whatever it may be that I wasn't enjoying. So yes, 2024, I'm going to 100 pages in, don't like the book, DNF, and this is going to be really hard for me because I am someone that just pushes through, and I'm just like, oh, well, I'm in 100 pages in already, so I might as well just do 200 pages more. But it's just a waste of time. It's not very good for my reading life in general, because it just makes me have a tainted view on reading when I'm forcing myself to read something I'm ultimately not enjoying, and reading is my special interest, so I don't want to do that to it. So yeah, that is a goal for this year. I honestly do not keep up to date with adaptations, and I don't watch them. I rarely watch television whatsoever. Honestly, I am just usually always reading. When I say that, I rarely watch television, I rarely watch TV shows, and I never watch adaptations, because if I read the book, then I read the book. So yeah, there are no adaptations currently that I want to watch or that I'm excited or intrigued to watch. But they're not directly correlated to bookish life, I suppose. I think it has to be hitting 1K on this wonderful platform. It just did something to my introverted bookish soul, and being on the spectrum and having this as a special interest, it can get quite frustrating and overwhelming when you meet someone and they tell you, I like reading, I like books, and then you just dive into it head first and you're giving them all of these recommendations, and you can see they're visibly overwhelmed by you and by this constant stream of talking about books, when honestly they just liked books on the surface level and was just speaking about it as a open sentence. Whereas having this platform to express my special interest and express my authentic self, honestly, it has just been so transformative for me as a person, and I will be forever grateful for every single person that has ever supported me on this journey and with this channel and just being a friend. It's just, if little me could see me now, she would honestly be so happy and so excited. And this isn't me being gushy or me being over the top, because this is genuinely how I feel. I feel so incredibly grateful to have this community and have this friends and have this platform, and yeah, it makes my day every single day, and I just feel so lucky. So although not directly bookish related, it definitely has to be my biggest achievement in 2023 and my biggest takeaway of it. So I think this correlates to the other question of what is going to be my first book of the year, and that depends whatever book I finish first. So my carryovers from last year include Babel/Babel, Plain Bad Heroines, A Venom Dark and Sweet, Thursday Murder Club, Perfume, and Now She Is Witch, or Now She Is the Witch. I need to figure that one out. But yeah, those are all of the books that I'm currently reading and I'm carrying over from 2023. And then I'm also carrying over A Portrait of a Thief, because that is my Bunnies book club pick for the month of January. I haven't yet dived into it, but I did pick it out in 2023, so technically counts as carryover, I suppose. So yeah, whatever book I finish first from those carryovers will be my first book of 2024. I feel like I'm getting muddled up with the years. I don't know whether I said 2023 or 2024 in the wrong context, but excuse me if I have. So yeah, those are all of my carryovers from the year of 2023 into 2024. My friends, those are all of the questions in the January tag. I would love to hear all of your answers to these questions too. I love having a nosy into people's bookish lives and figuring out what books they're currently reading, what books they've carried over, and yeah, just discussing books with you all. Please let me know in the comments below if you have answers to any of these questions, as I'd always love to hear them. And yeah, thank you to Jan for creating this tag, and I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you have a wonderful day or night. Until next time, friends. Bye!